Hello friends, and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a map using QGIS. And so let's get started. So here I'm opened to the QGIS. I'm using QGIS. I don't remember the version, but you can download and also install the QGIS. So here the first thing you need to do is that you need to have your shapefile already created and cleaned up and ready to be used to create the map. So now what you need to do is you need to go to layer, click on layer, and then click on add layer. And this is going to open up this window where you need to navigate to where you saved your shapefile. So for my case, I'm going up to this folder here. Then I have a folder called project data. I'm going to click on that, click on regions, and then I'm going to add this central west.shp file because that's the shape file. Then after you've done that, the only thing you need to do is you need to click on add, and then this is going to add your shapefile to the map. Okay, so I also want to add the base map or the OpenStreetMap so that I can confirm with the ground truth data. So if you go here to the web and then under quick map services, you can see you have OSM and then OSM standard. Or you can just say you want to search about you want to add to search, and this is going to open up this window here where you need to search in for your base map that you would like to use. So here I have two base maps. I have the Google Satellite Hybrid. I also have the OpenStreetMap. So you can choose whatever the option that you have gotten up here. So if I click on add that one, that's going to add the OpenStreetMap base map layer here. And you can see you need to have your internet connection so that you can be able to load these tiles. So as I have this map here, or this shape file, I want to create this map. But first I want to categorize it using one of the columns, which is the milestone. So if I just right click here and then open with the open attribute table, you can see that this is my attribute table. I have like 62 polygons. And then if I scroll to the far end here, you can see that I have the milestone. And milestone is just an integer as 1, 2, or 3. So this is what we are going to use to categorize. Okay, so for that case, I also need to go to right click and then click on properties. And this is going to open up a new window, and then you can change the symbology. So if you want to categorize, you don't need to change from the fill to solid fill to no brush. So you don't need to do that because you need that color to fill up using the categories. So for that case, you come here and then you click on the stroke width. This is going to increase the stroke width like that. And as you can see, the moment I click on apply, then it changes the stroke width. Then you go to labels. So I would like also to label this. So click on labels, single labels. And then after that, you only need to click on the name that you like to name using the name that is there for your polygon. So I want to rename using cluster because those polygons represent clusters. If I do that, I need to increase also the size here, so the label size, and then I can also change the color to a very dark one. Then click on apply, and then okay. So you can see here we have the names have appeared here on the map. So each polygon has a name. Okay, so yeah, so this is it. The next thing is you need to right click again, properties, and then this is going to spin up the same window that we have just closed. And then after it does that, we need to go to symbology. You can see here up here we have the single labels. You can see that we only have the single labels here. So if you click, you can see that we have the categorized, we have the graduated, and so on. So I'm going to choose categorize because I want to categorize based on their level of milestone. So I click on milestone. So you click on here on the value, select the milestone, and then you click on classify. After you classify that, you can see that we have the classification for our legend as 0, 1, 2, 3, and the all other which do not exist. So I'm just going to remove them. And so here I can change to, I can say this is also a category called unopened, and then this is going to say milestone 1. After milestone 1, we have milestone 2. This is supposed to be milestone 2, like that. And then lastly we have milestone 3. I also like to change the color. So for colors, you need to click on the first for here, which is 0, and then you can choose the color. So I like to use this some kind of grayish color, which is the hexacodes are there. You can choose. So I click on that one. Then for the first milestone, I'm also going to choose another color here, which is kind of light green. And then for the second milestone, I like to choose that one. And then for the third milestone, I like to pick the dark green. Okay, so this way I've categorized them. So what I need to click here is on the apply. So if I click on the apply, then I click on OK. You can see that we have categorized the clusters. So you can see that we have this color here says that it means that these clusters are unopened. This color means like this one here, it means that the cluster is first milestone. I have the second milestone, this color, and then the rest of dark green are the third milestone clusters. So now we move to the next step, which is to create a map. I don't want to save this project yet. So if we come here, just come to the I don't want to save that. So come to the project, and then under project, you need to select the new print layout, which is Control P, and just say test map, then click on OK. This is going to spin up the layout where you can draw your map. So to get started with drawing your map, you only need to click on add item, and then you can draw your map up to these point. So you make sure that everything is inside, because we may also need some grids on the outside. So after you do that, so you make sure that you just align it very well in the middle of the canvas here. So make sure that you don't squeeze everything out. Just want to get some little space so that I can also include the grids. So now that you have your map here, the next thing is on your right side panel here, you have the layout, you have the item properties and the guides. So under the item properties, you can see we have the scale. You can change the scale to zoom in, zoom out. You can also see on the left panel, we have the select or move item. So we can move everything, so the whole map, or we can move the content. So if you move over this, you can see that it says move item content, and that means that you can only move whatever is inside the map canvas. Okay, so the next thing here is I would like us to start adding some few things. So first is we need to add the frame. So you can see the frame has been added, and then we need now to start adding some of the elements of a map. So the first thing is we need to add the title here. So I'm going to add the project title, and this is what I'm going to say. I'm just going to say movement. I would like to make it uppercase, so I'll say movement of clusters. So after you've done that, the next thing is that you need to now play around with some of the features that we have here. You can see here horizontal alignment is left, so click on center. The vertical alignment is top. We need to get it to the vertical center, which is in the middle. And then you can see that the size is very small, so click on font here. Just click inside this font, and this is going to open up this kind of Microsoft Word. I'm just using that word, but you can see the features here just look like what we see in the Microsoft Office. So here you can also increase the size from 10 to something like 14, as long as it is visible. And then you need to underline, of course, because this is the title. Then you can just align it somewhere in the middle of the map, like that. This space is very little, so I would like to reduce a little bit there, so that we also get some spaces for other things. So this is cartography. Then after that, we also need to add the north arrow. So you click on add item, click on add north arrow, and then you can put the north arrow there. I would like to use a different north arrow, so click on arrows under the SVG browser. Then I would like to select this one. Right now it is white, so I would like to change to dark like that. So the field color is dark and the stroke color is also dark. After doing that, the next thing is you need to add some legend, which is very, very important. I would like to add the legend down here. I'll just drag it down there, and then you can see the title. I would like to say that this is the movement. This is movement of clusters, like that. Then I would like to say auto update to uncheck that because I want to remove this. I remove that one and get to this one here. Okay, so it looks like the space is too little, so I would like to put it somewhere here, which is not recommended for cartographics. The legend and the scale bar are supposed to be somewhere down there because we are trying to display some information on the map and we don't want our legend to be shouting here. So this is just for practice purposes, but or for learning purposes. But if you are creating something for commercial use or for your clients, you need to look for some kind of space where you need to put it there. So let me see if I can get some spaces here. Just like to drag this, and then let me bring it back here. It is quite visible, but I don't want to fill up the space. I don't want to close up anything. So just allow me to put it somewhere here, but it's not recommended, remember. So I'll bring this one to that side, and then let me just move it downwards. So after you've done that, you are still under your legend, and so if you scroll down, you can see that you also have the frame. So you click on the frame, and then we have our legend there. So the next thing is now we need to add the scale bar. So I'm just going to drag the scale bar here, and then this is going to be from 0 to 10. So those are our units. You can change the labels if you like, or the fixed from like 10 or 20 or anything that you like. But I would like to change the height from 3 to something like 1, so that the height is like 1 millimeter, and I'll put it down here or maybe somewhere here. Just looking for where the space is. Okay, so after you've done that, I don't want to save the project yet. In fact, I will not save the project. The next thing is now we need to add the grids, because without the grids we may not know where we are actually. So the grids help us to know the location because they have the latitude and longitude, so that we can tell where the place is. So to do that, you need to click inside your map and make sure you have selected the move item property. Then you scroll down and then you can see that we have the grids here. Click on plus icon, then click on modify, and this is going to tell you the interval. So here is what you need to check. So if you just test with one, you can see that we have two grids. If you put something like 2, you can see that we have 1, and if you put 3, it goes away. So if we have 1 and we have 3, which is we have 2 grids which are not actually appearing very well, you can change that to something like 0.5, and you can see we have they start to appear. So if you continue reducing the number depending on the size of the map, then you will get more and more grids. So I can see that 0.5 is what is appealing to me, so I'll just put it to Y also. Then I have all those grids. We have the line style. You can change the line style. So here, the line style, you need only to reduce the opacity if you don't want to see so many so much lines inside your map. You can reduce to 0, or you can have something like this, so they still appear somewhere, but they are just not shouting. So after you do that, you click on the back, and then you scroll down and you see the frame style. Here you need to choose the interior and exterior ticks, or interior ticks alone, exterior ticks alone, and so on. So I'm going to choose interior and exterior ticks. So you can see we have them here, inside and outside. After that, the next thing is that I'll need to now draw the coordinates. Click on coordinates, draw coordinates, change the format from decimal to decimal with suffix. You can see the decimal with suffix. So the suffix is like the northings and the eastings, on the north and east of the prime meridian and north or south of the equator. After I've done that, then you also need to change. As you can see, these things are overflowing outside of our map. So we need to change to vertical alignment, that is on the left, and also on the right. You also need to change to vertical ascending. So you can see we are from 0.00, so we are around the equator here, 0.00, 0.5, and 1, and then we are from 34, 35, and so on. Okay, so after you've done that, the next thing is you need to change the coordinate precision, because you can see you have 1.000, which is to 3 decimal places, and we only need to have 2. So you just reduce the number to 2, and you can see they have changed. Also up here, I can see that my coordinates are overflowing inside my title. So I'm still going to reduce this one a little bit. And then the next thing is now that we're almost done with everything that is needed. We have the scale bar, we have the legend, we have the north arrow, we have the grids, we also have the title. The next thing is we need to enclose this inside like a print line or a knit line, so that when we print, we expect that outside that line will be cut off. Okay, so to do that, you need to go to the add item, and then we have the add shape, add rectangle shape. Then you can just squeeze it somewhere here at the corner, and then you can draw it like this way. So this is just going to enclose everything, and then you click on the style. So I would like to repeat this. You see the style here for our polygon which we have drawn. Click on that one, and then simple fill. From fill style, now you need to say no brush, so that it removes the white color. Then I'll just now need to style this one a little bit to that point, and then you now have your map ready to be exported and be printed. So to do that, you need to click on layout, click on export as image or SVG or PDF. So I like to export as image because maybe I want to put the image inside my document. Maybe I'm doing my project. I'll say export as image, and this is going to ask if I would like to export with the WMS, which are the tiles for OpenStreetMap. I'll just say close, and this is going to open it somewhere here. I'll say test map and just save inside that folder. So click on save, and this is going to take a few seconds depending on the strength of your internet, and then after several minutes or few milliseconds, then your map will be ready. So if you go inside that folder here, you can see that I have my map ready to be used and printed or be put in other documents. So I'm just going to open this. I click on that, then you can see that we have our map ready to be used and to be printed. So this is how you can create a map from if you already have your data cleaned up and you just want to create a good map and share with your clients, or maybe put it inside your project document. So this is it. I hope you have learned something and have enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like or subscribe to the channel and share with other friends. I'll see you in the next one. If you have anything, just leave it in the comment section and I'll go through them. And if you have anything also, I would like to offer my help. So see you in the next one.